Hi, this is Mrs. Robertson, and today we're going to go over how to do study guide number 1 for our Unit 7 test in 6th grade math. In problem number 1, we are changing Celsius temperatures to Fahrenheit, and they give us this lovely formula. So we're going to use the formula. You're going to replace the C with a 25. That is worth one of your problems on the test. This problem is not 2 points. It's worth 2 problems. 1 point for work, or 1 problem for the work, and another problem for getting the right answer. So for the work, if you replace C with 25, 25 times 9/5 in parentheses plus 32. You do need to have the parentheses written down. Now, you're going to gently pick the 25 up and put a 1 under it so you can multiply the fraction. All right? When you multiply the fraction, you're going to get 225 over 5 plus 32. Well, 225 divided by 5 is 45. So you'll write F equals 45 plus 32, and that gives you the answer, 77 degrees Fahrenheit. Any questions? Let's do number 2. This time, you're going from a Fahrenheit temperature to a Celsius. The formula is a little different, but they do provide the formula for you. C equals 5/9 times 71 minus 32. Everyone can do that, can't they, in here? You can replace the Fahrenheit temperature. That's worth 1 problem there. Now we're going to solve it. The first thing you do is 71 minus 32. That'll give you a 39. Okay? Now you multiply 5/9 times 39. Gently pick it up and put a 1 under it. Okay? Now, you can take 39 times 5 is 195 over 9. And 195 divided by 9 will give you 21, and you have a remainder of 6. So you could write it as a fraction. So you could say 21 and 6/9 could be one of your answers. Okay? You could say 195 over 9 as an answer. You could have said 21 and 2/3 as an answer because 6/9 simplifies. Speaking of simplifying, I know that 3 would divide 9 3 times, and 3 divides 13 3 times. That would come up with 65 over 3. That's another answer. Oh, and you could also have 21.6 repeating. Any questions on all of our different choices you could have for answers on that one? Any questions? Pretty easy? Good. The next problem, there will be 2 of these on your test, and this chart is on your test. This is also a chart. It's the only chart that's on the iLearn test. So you want to familiarize yourself with that. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Good effort there. Okay. There are a lot of, you just have to have one of the answer choices. That's all on the test. So in this problem number 3, you are going from liters to gallons. Liters to gallons. So you want to find, and liters to gallons will be under volume, liters to gallons. It's right here. So you're going to take your liter times 0.26. How many liters? 3. So 3 times 2600ths will give you your answer for gallons. And that will be, oh, it says it wants it to the nearest tenth. So when you multiply, you're going to get 0.78. But what are you going to write on your answer blank?
80.
Yes. 0. No, not 80, 0.8. If you put an 80, that's in the hundredths place. They want it in the tenths place, so 0.8. Okay? Understand the tenths place? Good. All right, let's do the next one. You're going from meters to yards. I got to find meters to yards. It's under lengths. 1 meter is 1.09 yards, so we're going to multiply. 400 times 1.09. And it's always just sort of good to circle it to make sure your eyes don't go to the wrong one, okay? And then you multiply that. And that one just is 436. 436 yards. And that will be gallons. Any questions on the front side of this? Don't you think everyone in here can do these problems? Pretty simple? Yeah. Yes, you may. Any questions? You got to show your work though, okay? So I can show your work, because you get on the test, it'll say show work. So let's say you got that right, but you didn't show work. You missed one problem. All right. So if it shows work, that means you get the work is a problem, and the answer is another problem. Okay? Let's go to the next page. In the next page, which unit would you use to measure the weight of car? So these are the English and these are the metric. In English, which one would you use in the English weight terms? Pounds. In metric, you would use kilograms. Very nice. Which would you use to measure the length of a building? In English, yards. In metric, meters. Centimeters would be too small. On the next one, which unit would you use to measure the amount of milk to order for the grocery store? Gallons. And what would you use in metric? Liters. That's correct. Anthony, are you okay? Put your water bottle up over there. And on the next one, which unit would you use to measure the length of a marathon? A marathon is a very long race. Miles and kilometers. Nice job. Now we're going to look at this graph and write an equation. This is X. This is your Y. So in our equation, we're probably going to use the variables X and Y. Yep, that's what it says. Write an equation that you could use to find the perimeter Y of a square with X representing the side lengths. Kids, just read the graph here and how does an X turn into a Y? Well, here they are going by 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. These are by twos. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So one side length is how long? 4. So how does the X turn into a 4? How does a 2 turn into an 8? Times 4. So 4 times X equals Y. Do you see how we got that? All right. Now, use the graph or the equation to calculate the perimeter of a square whose side length is 4.5 inches. Well, in a square, all the sides are the same, right? So you can take 4 times 4.5, or you can go to 4.5, and it's going to be right there. So what you're going to do is replace X with 4.5. 4 times 4.5 equals Y. So 4.5 times 4, 18 will be your answer. So, yeah, if I go up 4.5, see where 4.5 is right there? If you go straight up to the line, go over, yep, that's going to be an 18. So Y equals 18. Now it says explain how you found your answer. One answer would be this. Multiply 4 times 4.5, and that equals 18. That's one way. The other way is to use the graph. If you use the graph, go to 4.5 on x-axis up to the line, then over to y-axis. That's a y. And you land on 18. And land on 18. Okay, I'll be honest. It's easier to use the equation answer, isn't it, than to write this. So there are two ways. One, you use the equation. Multiply 4 times 4.5, and that gives you the answer. The other way, you use the graph. To use the graph, you go over 4.5, up to the line, go to the y-axis, and that tells you where you are. Any questions? All right, let's go to the next page. The table shows the amount of money Dawson earned for watching his neighbor's cat. Complete the table. Describe the rule in words, write an equation, and list the ordered pairs. Okay. One day, $7. How much do you think he earned for 2 days?
14.
How many days did he watch the cat to earn 21? Everyone could do that. Okay, describe the rule in words. X times 7 equals Y. Wouldn't you say something like that? So, or you could just say multiply by 7. If it's just words, multiply by 7. Now, the equation, you have to include X and Y. 7 times X equals Y. Got that written down? Then we have to do our ordered pairs. Everyone's getting really good at doing ordered pairs. 0, 0, 1, 7, 2, 14, 3, 21. Any questions on that? All right. Let's go to the next problem. Graph your ordered pairs. This is always so easy. 0, 0, 1, 7, 2, 14, 3, 21. It forms a line. Any questions? Last page. In a football game, a team earns 6 points for each touchdown it scores. Describe the rule in words. What do you do for each touchdown? Multiply by 6. All right. Write an equation to find Y, the total number of points for scoring touchdowns. Use X to represent the number of touchdowns. Now, equations have equal signs. So, 6 times X equals Y. Does everyone have that equation written down? Pretty easy. Write the number in the table as an ordered pair. Okay. So, 1, they want us to use 1, 2, and 3. Oh, 1 is 6, 12, and 18. So now we have to write them as ordered pairs. 1, 6, 2, 12, 3, 18. And now you plot your points. How many points will a team earn if they score 7 touchdowns? 42. It forms a line. Any questions on how easy this was? Okay, now what we're going to do today is study guide number 2. Oh, it's one piece of paper. It's just one piece of paper. As you can tell, use your study guide 1 to help you. Very easy. Look at how easy that front page is. The back page. This is like yesterday's bell work. Complete the chart, describe it, tell me the rule, and that's what we're going to do at the end of class. And we'll grade these at the end. Now, for the rest of the class period, we are going to grade the answers. And let's see. I think I will take Zoe's paper, and we're going to see if Zoe has the right answers. So, Zoe, bring your paper up. Your paper will be featured in my YouTube video. Make sure you check Zoe's paper here. Let's look and see. All right. Zoe looks pretty good. She replaced C with 14. Does everyone agree that the answer is 57.2 degrees Fahrenheit? Thumbs up or thumbs down? Oh, good. You still have your head. Good. Number 2. In this problem, she replaced the Fahrenheit with 93. Does everyone agree that she should have 33.8 repeating degrees Celsius? Now, if it said to round to the tenths, what should Zoe have if it says round to the nearest tenth? 33.9 degrees Celsius. Any questions? All right, nice. Okay, and I like how she shows her work. Number 3. Let's be respectful. Make good choices. Here we go. Yes, she showed her work. You're going from liters to quarts. The only thing I would have circled it just to make sure, she multiplies and has 5 3/10 quarts. The next one, she's going from centimeters to inches. This one right here, she multiplies. And did you get 81.9 inches? Okay, everyone got their decimal point in the right spot. Okay, let's see how she does with her English and metric conversions. A feather would be ounces and grams. Driveway would be yards and meters. Good. Baking cookies, you're going to use cups of milk and milliliters. That one, depending on how big, if it were really big, it'd be liters, but we're going to keep it at milliliters. Between cities, miles, and kilometers. Any questions on this? Okay, let's use someone else's paper. Steins, bring me your paper. Here we go. Nice job, Zoe. All right, Kate. Kate, let's use your paper too. I'll use 2 papers. Kate. Oh, okay. Britton and Steins. Let's see. Hopefully you do. We'll check. Okay. All right. They both on here. They completed the table. 0.75 and an 8. Okay, here, what did she do? They both said you multiply by 0.25. That's one. Did anyone have another rule? Yes. Yes. Divide by 4 is another one. Divide by 4 or multiply by 25 hundredths. You could have said multiply by 1/4. These would all be counted correct. Multiplying the fraction 1/4 is the same thing as dividing by 4, which is the same thing as multiplying by 25/100 because 1/4 as a decimal is 0.25. So nice job, kids. Here, their equation matches their words, but your equation could have been 1/4 times x equals y. You could have had x divided by 4 equals y. You could have had x divided by 4 equals y. All of these would be counted correct. Everyone got it? Okay, ordered pairs. Nice job on their ordered pairs. Then you had to graph it. 0, 0. 1 is 0.25. The only problem on this one, it's a little better on 0.25. Okay, this is a half. Okay, 0.25 would be here. Then you have 2 is 0.5. 0.5 is there. That's the half. Then you have 3 is 0.75. 4 is a 1. So it needed to be, they would have probably lost a point on their graphing. Okay? Guys, is your graph okay over there, Landon? Good. The points make a line. Now, the last group of 3 questions deal with this graph. Hours and distance. So what do? Write an equation to find the distance that a truck travels in X hours. Well, 1 hour, it looks like 1 hour is 60. 2 hours, 120. What are they doing to X to get the Y? You go up, hit the line, you land on a 60. What do they do to the 1 to turn it into a 60? What do they do to the 2 to turn it into a 120? What are they doing? Zoe? Right. X times 60 equals Y. Or 60 times X equals Y. Those are both correct, okay? Now, all right, it's fine now. Always go back and double check to make sure your answers are what you want. Okay, we have only a couple minutes. How far will it travel in 2.5 hours? Kids? The answers are up here. I'm really disappointed in the quality of this video is going to be. You're going to take 2.5 times 60, you get 150. Or 2.5 up to the line goes to 150 that way. 3 times 60, 180. 3.5, 3.5 times 60 is 210. There are 2 ways to get the answer. One, she took 2.5 times 60. The other way is if you use the graph. You go to 2.5 on the graph, go up to the line, go left, and it lands on 150. And those are the answers to this worksheet. Make sure you watch this video tonight and do your worksheets.